how about them tops, son?
All day, SEC boys. SEC, they supposed to be SEC. Where's the other, baby?
You're listening to the Red Out Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome into a Red Out short clip here. This is from our latest episode. Hope you enjoy. Winners, losers. Losers, us, because we can't get out of this rain.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right.
That's true. For winners, I had both baseball and softball for having a good weekend.
Cheers to that.
Somebody's got to win.
Hey, I'm glad with, I'm glad the past time I started.
NKU and
Yep.
I mean, hey,
And that's all he's got, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, who else did they play?
I can expand on that.
You go right ahead.
So baseball swept NKU. I think that's the first time we played Northern in anything. So, but we own one of our little brothers in the state. So swept them, and then softball took 2 out of 3 to beat Western Illinois. They've started off 6-2 on the season. So pretty good start to the year for the Diamond Tops. So
That's awesome. It's great. Great.
yeah.
Jake and I are notoriously bad about baseball. Last year we just skipped it.
I mean, literally the whole podcast, I was like, yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. Like, I'm not good at roster.
I'll be your baseball expert whenever the time comes.
Thank God, because we need it. Because, I mean, I only played 1 year.
I played several, but
I don't really have a pro team, really. I used to really like the Yankees, but for no...
I'll give another baseball related winner real quick.
Go for it.
Padres getting Manny Machado. I mean, I'm just happy that not the usual suspects of the Yankees, Red Sox, whoever got like the big free agent guy. So I guess we'll see where Harper goes, but it's cool to see the Padres of all teams get a superstar player.
You could legitimately have said any name right there.
Yep.
And I would have been like, "Yep, that sounds great, Ross. That's awesome."
Yeah, same.
Yep, Manny Ramirez.
I literally know Trout and Harper.
Okay,
That's it.
on his question, do you guys know who Mike Trout is?
Yeah, I know Mike Trout and I know Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Those like the 2 MLB players that I can like. Oh, yep, I know what they look like.
I know Aaron Judge.
And Judge.
I know Judge, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a football dude, and that's it. But yeah, any other baseball person, if they sound Dominican, I'll just say I know
right.
who that is. Yeah.
Oh, that guy's from Honduras.
Coco Crisp is still one of the greatest sports names of all time.
That is an amazing sports name.
Coco Crisp. Coco Crisp to the wall, and he catches it. I guess.
Dude, I got a loser for you.
Go for it.
The freaking net rankings.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so mad about RPI 2.0.
Yeah.
Western can go on a 5-game. Now, granted, I know we're not whooping up on anybody. Great. Can win 5 games in a row, 4 games, and literally
6 games before.
Yeah, and literally not change a net ranking, not go up or down. Literally like 120, 121. Take 1 loss, drop 10 points. 10 spots.
That's bullshit.
Screw you in ET.
Yeah.
They're literally making it up as they go. Again,
Yep.
It was supposed to be this good metric that was like actually take into account other stuff.
Nope.
And it absolutely is RPI 2.0, and it's crap, and they should be held accountable for it being crap. And also, it doesn't update. Like,
You can have that.
oh, cool. They just handed me a Sonic Spork, which is awesome. More nerd stuff, but no, like seriously, if you're gonna say this is gonna take into account like BPI and Sagarin and KenPom and all these advanced metrics, and oh look how we're gonna break it down, and then legitimately, then not do that.
Yeah, and
Screw off. I'm done with it. I'm done with the net. I was so
Yep.
excited because I love numbers. I love all the advanced stats.
Yeah,
I'm a
but-
Sagarin guy, but I'm pissed off about it. It's so stupid.
I'm an analytics guy with you, and
I-
it's annoying. Go ahead,
I got
Ross.
something to add though. When it comes to Western this year, and it's just another thing of how disappointing the season is. We're not an efficient team. So, all right, we've had 3 15-point wins all season.
Yep.
And we've got all those bad losses. I mean, we are probably about where we deserve to be in the 120 to 130 range. Last year, we were blowing teams out. We were taking care of business against the more mediocre teams, and it's it's kind of been frustrating where, we've got all these top-end wins, but we're not winning efficiently, and that's what the computers want. They want you to dominate your opponents. They want you to take care of business against the lesser teams. And even you look at last week, like MTSU, what did we beat them by 7? And then we lay that egg on Saturday. So.
But then again, the net has specifically capped the margin of victory at 10 points because they don't want people to run up the score. They're still doing it. But
how many people are we beating by 10 points even?
Well, no, I'm just saying that the net in itself, like in its actual how it works, is not what they promised, and it takes me off. I'm not saying we shouldn't be in the 130s. I'm saying that if you're going to say you're going to do something, and you're going to reward some teams for like big wins, but then punish you, like you can win 6 games and then lose 1 and it drops you 10, especially when like UAB's a bad team, they're not that bad of a team compared to getting like several wins in a row. It ought to bump you at least some, but there was no movement for well over a month when we're winning. And it's just, it doesn't seem like it ought to be that way. And another thing, and kind of stealing this from the midday rush of the day, but why don't you, if it's automatic, if it's a computer ranking, how come there's not a script to where it's ready at 8 a.m. on Monday morning?
Amen.
Like, why does it take 6 hours if it's automated? Like, I know NCAA, I know you got at least one nerd. If you don't, I got a guy for you who can run that script in your program to get that crap to post on Twitter at 8.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing?
I guess the dude doesn't come in till late.
The Haslametrics all update like instantly.
Yeah,
as soon as the game ends.
because it's absolutely like it's actually numbers, it's actually a computer. I'm convinced NET is like just 3 dudes in a room. Like,
They're like, hey, I don't get there till at least 9, so we're not going to start.
I gotta have coffee, and I got to get poop for 30 minutes.
You got to stand around the water cooler for a little bit and talk. And
randomly, do any of you guys actually have water coolers at work anymore? Like, is that a thing still some places?
I don't have a water cooler at my work, no.
Because
we do have an area where we lounge, but... Go for it, Ross.
When I worked in an office and I worked from home, we had a little, basically you get ice or water out of it. But
we had like a spigot.
Cooler, like...
Spigot?
Yeah, like a thing, like a water thing.
I just picture a spigot on the side of the building.
An ice machine with a button for water and a button for ice.
Yeah, that's pretty much like, that's the normal, like a fridge almost. Like, there's your water or whatever.
Jared, do you have a water cooler at your work?
No, I'm a self-employed music teacher. I mean, there's no real need for that. If they're thirsty, I'll get you a glass of water. But, I mean, usually most lessons are like 45 minutes anyways. So, I mean...
You don't provide an array of snacks and goodies for your students?
Now, if it was up to my mom, she would, like, cook them all sorts of crazy stuff.
Dude, that's what you should do, and then you charge a premium.
Orange slices.
Dude, yeah. Now, here's free business tip, right?
Yeah.
Have packages, right, that are tiered in price based on the cool stuff you get.
Yeah.
And...
then they could be platinum members and get all the food they want.
Right. You
round the clock
over,
lessons.
We'll get you feedback. You can have a video chat with me if you're struggling in practice at home.
Platinum members, or you could even do diamond. Oh my gosh, yeah, you can completely. We can completely monetize your life, Jared, if you'd really like for us to.
I mean, I could always use the extra money, so.
Well, I don't know how much extra money you'll make, because obviously, as a lawyer,
our consultant fees,
I get 30% off the time. So
there we go.
Wait, I think you guys are breaking up on me. What was that?
Yeah. Some sad news, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to happen, and our stance here is we're happy for the kid no matter what. Ben Holt is going to grad transfer to Purdue. No matter what you think about the situation, the kid is going to do what's best for him, and that's fine with me.
Well, and in this situation, too, like, honestly, when he stayed, when his dad left, I was like, oh, this is a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Because you figure he wants to go, I mean, his dad's coach, that he'd want to follow. When he stayed, I thought he was going to stay for the remainder.
Yeah.
The only person I'm mad at is, and Ross, I think you had said this at some point, is I don't know if I've ever seen a coach leave a mid-major to a Power 5 and absolutely hamstring and poach players like Brohm has.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah. And I don't know if I
can start my rant.
Please do.
Go for your rant, buddy.
Okay, so I got on this with Dominique Yates on Twitter yesterday, or not yesterday, probably like last week when the news broke. And like I said, Holt is kind of a different situation. You know, he's going to play for his dad, and you can kind of see where it happened, but, you know, why it happened and everything else. But this is total Bush League bullshit by Brohm. I can't think of a single coach that's moved up and has regularly coached his former school of 3 all-conference players. Prior to that happening, we had never lost a grad transfer to a Power 5 school, and he started that trend because he started with T.J. McCollum, who had been a great player, you know, a senior leader on a team that probably was about 1 or 2 defenders short. And then last year with Dennis Edwards, you know, all-conference guard, you know, anchor on line. And then this year with Nick Holt, I mean, it's like, you know, Dominique said, oh, Brohm doesn't know WKU anything. But that's horseshit. I have not seen a single coach do that at another school. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, you're at Purdue. You already have all the money in the world. You have the Big Ten money. You can recruit over us. Why do you have to steal players from your former school that gave you your break and everything else? And that's, to me, that's nonsense. And it's honestly makes the job for Helton and even Sanford before him that much harder when you don't respect the place that you just left. And I just think it's ridiculous.
Well, and that was my whole rant that one time when I went off on Brohm about people, you know, right after he took the Louisville job, and they're publishing all this sympathetic crap about how great he is. Like, let me explain something to you. He is a careerist, plain and simple, and that's fine. That's fine. But do not paint this man as some sort of saintly, awesome dude who is just trying to do the right thing, look after his guys. No, he's looking after Jeff Brohm, and when he leaves Purdue and takes a major school job, which if he does anything at Purdue, he will.
Yeah.
I fully expect him to be talking the same crap at Purdue.
Yep.
Be like, oh, well, you know, I thought we got as far as we could, and then to lift a couple of dudes.
I would love to see him.
Well, he already admitted if he went into U of L, he would have taken Rondale Moore.
Oh, yeah, he for sure.
Yeah.
And it was one of the reasons he's like, well, I just didn't want to do that to Purdue. No. You still want to deal with the fire and the expectations are at Louisville.
Yep.
Like, you just didn't want to be the favorite son to come home and not.
He didn't want it to start over. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because he would have, right?
Yeah, he would have.
He would have had some athletes that came with him, and there's a little bit of talent on that team. But at the same time, from a talent perspective, it was kind of a dumpster fire.
It was.
Like, it's real bad.
Yeah.
And Satterfield's having to start pretty much brand new. That's why he's brought in the entire coaching staff. And, like, I am a Brohm dude. Like, when he was here, I thought he was hot.
Yeah, you're a Brohm beater, that's for sure.
I mean, for sure. Like, and still, I'm like, this dude, when he has talent, is absolutely going to pillage wherever he goes. But that doesn't make him a super sweetheart, nice guy, like he's crying on Drew Diener's show.
Do not start cannon hood for him.
Give me a freaking break.
Yep. My thing is, for instance, I don't know if a lot of you all remember this headline or not, but when Tubby Smith went off, that he had a bunch of players leaving Memphis and going to Kansas. Wasn't that right? Kansas? And he's going off.
They're leaving Memphis because Tubby Smith's a crap coach.
Yeah. He's a mediocre coach at best. He's never going to be the glorious coach that he is. But anyway.
He's a good coach. He's just not a good recruiter, and he's too old. So, yeah.
He's too old.
He's mediocre.
He's out of the game now.
Yeah, he's not going to be the greatest. But the thing is, with Tubby, he was griping that these players are transferring out. And I'm like, dude, don't gripe at them. You can quit your job at Memphis and go anywhere else in the world and start that. You know, you do not have to sit out a year where they'll have to transfer, which is another gripe of mine, but another time. But I
hate when coaches are like, I can't believe all these players, these grad transfers. I love Cal. When Louisville was taking from Cleveland State, his buddy, he was like, "Oh, these are terrible transfers." Oh yeah, what about Reed Travis there, buddy?
Yeah,
what about stealing that from State?
Here's my thing, though. Here's my one thing on that. I get the whole free thing is, as a Western fan, if you would unrestricted stuff, we'd get our roster pillaged every season. We would lose Forrest Lamp, Taywan Taylor at the first drop of a hat, and that's why, I have mixed feelings on that. Like, same with paying players. It's like, if you went to that free system, I mean, it would pretty much, you might as well just say, okay, buy Western, because there's no way we can compete just without the scholarship limits, without this, they would just poach our players left and right when they got good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I mean-
It's kind of a mixed bag in my opinion.
Completely agree. You couldn't. There is no possible scenario where Western could survive in a pay to play or whatever scenario. In
If
the
there's,
NCAA.
if there's a very, very, very reasonable salary cap.
Yeah, but then you got to do salary caps, and
It's like the NFL.
well, of course,
Just super
the
reasonable.
greatest meme I've read.
The mid majors don't make the rules, so
Nope.
they
and it wouldn't go that way.
I mean,
No,
That-
the plebes never make the rules.
Right, and it wouldn't go that way. You would not, because you got these, and it's one of those things where they talk about, like, look, there are, for the vast majority of even Division I, Power 5 football players, the vast majority, we're talking like 98% of these guys, are not where the money would go.
Nope.
Honestly, if it was a salaried system, right? There's a 2 or 3% guys that would get legit all the money because they're the ones, the Rondell Moore, that literally would get the money, and then everybody else would be like, okay, we'll pay you the league minimum, because you're not a star.
Yep, your O line, your D line.
Right, I'm sorry, you're not Trent Richardson, you're not your Tim Tebow's. All the money's going to them, and so I mean, it'll happen. Something will shake up.
Something's going to happen.
They'll do. I don't know. They'll do something like when they increase the living expense one, the cost of living,
attendance.
the cost of attendance. When they bump, they'll probably keep bumping that to for guys, and maybe they'll lessen up on their
their stances,
image licensing. Because that could be pretty beneficial.
It could be.
If they ever bring back NCAA football, which please, EA, I know you're not listening, but please do.
Here's my greatest meme that I've seen out there, and I think it should happen, is that the XFL and the AAF should have a Super Bowl-esque game, and the winner of that goes into the NFL, and the lowest-ranked NFL team falls back into one of those leagues.
Dude, like soccer.
That would be so cool.
Relegation.
Yes.
It'd be like soccer. That would be awesome.
Yes, it would.
That would be awesome. The Niners would be the top of the third-tier league.
I think that would be the greatest thing. Oh my gosh! But congrats to Ben Holt. Brohm, you can suck it. I don't care.
I agree.
I've never heard. Honestly, like Jake said, I haven't heard of a coach poaching his players like Brom's been doing. And that's all he's doing.
Here's a question, though, devil's advocate. How much of it do you think is the player saying, I really miss Brohm, and I wish I could go join him, as opposed to Brohm saying, kind of whispering in their ear, saying, hey, come join me, come join me.
Here's my thing.
That's something to think of, too.
I think it's the latter.
You think it's the latter? I honestly think Ben is looking at this, and I don't blame him. New coach, new system. He's like, dude, I'm going to be a grad student, and I'm going to have to learn a completely new one.
Kept all the defensive staff.
Okay,
that's
That's
true.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
With Ben Holt, I get it a little bit because he's going to go play with his dad. That's whatever. I don't know why he's choosing to do it now versus.
Yeah, that's puppies.
That
was bad take, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so, I don't know why he didn't jump earlier. The fact that he's jumping out, okay, fine.
Well, he jumped now, I guess, because of the grad transfer rule. I guess. I don't know. I just don't know why he waited to this time to do it. But I do. Like we said, he's kind of a singular circumstance. He's actually going to play for his dad. I kind of get that. Yes.
But the other dudes, I do think it's Brohm being like, "Hey, dog.
Yeah.
Let's go play in the Big Ten.
Could be.
It's good dead bread."
So I guess on another kind of depressing note, the Lady Tops are on a 4-game skid.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? They fell to MTSU. They also lost to UAB. MTSU, it was 81-69, and UAB was 70-63.
Not nice.
So, from what I have heard, and I'm not quite sure, there is no pod for the
Matt
ladies.
McKay has an article coming out tomorrow. Yeah.
About it.
Okay.
Yeah, they only did the pod system for the dudes. I think that's
dudes
now,
get the pods, girls do not. But the next game the girls have is against Marshall on the 23rd, which is my mama's birthday. Happy birthday, mama.
Terry, we know you're listening.
Yeah.
Tell her we said happy birthday.
Yeah. And this is being downloaded to your phone. You just have no idea. In North Texas, the 2nd of March. And then we play MTSU on the 7th. So we'll see how those go. North Texas, Marshall and North Texas are away, and MTSU are at home.
Guys, what does the conference tournament seeding look like at this point for the Lady Tops?
I thought that was the dog for a second.
You thought that was the dog? we thought his neck popping was a fart, then we thought the burp was a dog. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I've got a lot of noises coming out of me tonight.
It's like a 9-piece band over there. Just
Yep, I'm like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins over here.
WKU's 5th in the conference for women's right now.
okay.
So most likely not a good conference standing. For us.
Right there, like
we're not probably going to get tournament plays.
There's an opportunity. Marshall's the number 3 seed right now, so we beat them. North Texas is probably a spot behind us. So, but Matt McKay's got a piece coming out tomorrow. This is the most points WKU's allowed since 2001. Since 2001, 2002.
God.
I mean, it's just this transition from Michelle Clark-Hurd to Collins has just been kind of a nightmare, and we'll see if they can dig out of it. I mean, I think right now it's just finish the season with a winning record, build upon it, and find your leaders for next year. I would say are kind of the goals for the rest of the season. And if you get a top 4 seed in Frisco, maybe everything falls right and you can sneak in.
Do either of you guys know when the Frisco contract for the tournament is up? Because I am so sick of that.
This is the last
I think
year.
it's got at least
Is
2
it?
more.
See, Jared's saying 2. Ross says no. So it's got at least a year left. We'll average it.
God, I'm going to have to look that up later because I hate that AAU 4 games, all these games going on at once, curtains up.
The opera room, that's so ghetto. I'm sorry.
Guess who's going this year?
I don't know who.
Me.
Yeah, I know. I was just playing along for that.
Me. He's so excited.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm excited. We'll actually have somebody on the floor.
Excited.
We might be able to call you during a game.
That'd be funny.
I'm gonna go try to get a credentialed, even though WKU won't credential us, and then go ask Rick Stansbury a question about his back.
Hope you enjoyed the clip from our latest episode. Subscribe for our weekly Red Out podcast. And always remember, go Tops.